What do you think will happen if a major top celebrity came out in support of MGTOW? Let's dive into this. First, it's extremely unlikely that anything like this will happen. But what if it did? Imagine if someone like Jay-Z or Dave Grohl came out to support or promote MGTOW. That would be insane. Would it make any difference to how people view the RP ideology? Would the media and government even talk about it? Or would they brush it under the carpet? Will it have any real impact into how the gender dynamics play in our lives? Now I want to move forward with the answer of what would happen if a major male celebrity came out publicly and said that he was going his own way. There are two ways to look at creating social proof for the MGTOW phenomenon using the power of social proof that's found in celebrities. Everyone knows the influential power of celebrities. There are roughly a few hundred big actors and actresses as well as musicians that capture the public eye on a regular basis. So what can happen if a major male celebrity comes to say he's going his own way? We have to look at it from the perspective of how influential celebrities are. There are hundreds of major celebrities and musicians who have the power to socially influence mass public at a massive scale. However, things have changed. Now not only do we have big celebrities in a traditional sense, people who command social influence because of their stature, but we also have internet celebrities who are probably just as big. The only difference is that their followers are concentrated. We can say that they have more direct followers and who might not be as big in numbers as the followers of major celebrities. There was a time when we had only a few dozen channels. Now, when you turn your TV on, there are literally thousands of channels. Similarly, we have thousands of online celebrities who harness the power of social media to promote their craft, reach out to their audience, and interact with their followers. The game has literally changed in the last 2 decades. If we take a look at some of our A-list celebrities, we can see that there are some who might have gone their own way, so to speak, and there are some who have definitely gone their own way. Look at George Clooney, for example. A lot of people once thought he had gone his own way, but I think that changed when he met his current partner, Amal Clooney. Another example can be Leonardo DiCaprio, who has never settled with a woman, but continues to date younger women, which gets him a lot of attention from the media and feminists. We can say that he's found his own way. He lives his life according to his own rules and principles and doesn't settle for any social BS norm and women who might want to use his name, fame, and money. Another interesting example is Jim Carrey. He has led an interesting life and an even more interesting dating life, which I'm sure has been riddled with a lot of pain and regret, because he was first married for 8 years, got divorced, and then married again for less than a year. He then got engaged with another celebrity, Renee Zellweger, but that didn't work out, so he got out of that as well. Also, has anyone seen Renee Zellweger lately? She is unrecognizable. Jim Carrey then dated again, but never settled. With each relationship, his inclination to be with someone or settle with someone just reduced. The more experience he got, the more he realized he's better off without them. Here's an article I came across that talked about Jim's relationships, his views on being with modern women, and how he has no interest in getting married again. At the Howard Stern show, Jim Carrey talked about relationships and love. When he was asked if he'd consider marrying again, he said he didn't feel it was necessary at this point in time. When he was further probed and asked if he ever met the absolute perfect woman, would he marry again, he said he voluntarily would not go that way because he doesn't really know what the future holds for him. So basically, he just said that he will willingly not get into a long-term relationship again, even if he met the perfect woman for him. Sure, now he's old, so this wouldn't hurt the sentiments of women. But if someone like Justin Bieber said that he was going his own way, then it would scare so many young girls out there because it would destroy the self-esteem of an entire generation of young teenage women. Remember that if a famous guy rejects women, the damage is not only to one of them, but to all of them that were interested in the first place. Let's imagine if someone like Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber said that. That would raise a lot of eyebrows and hurt a lot of his female fans, who are probably in the millions. The media would go crazy on this and make it look like he's gone insane or something along those lines. The media would even go and say that he's probably gay or come up with their own conspiracy theory. Now that I think about this, it would be much better for MGTOW that instead of a major celebrity coming out and saying he's going his own way and taking the RP, it would be great if a couple of popular social media and YouTube celebrities came out saying that they're not going to ever get married and that they're going to stick to their own belief. The point is, and we can see that with major celebrities who might say they're going their own way, but who knows what they'll do next. They might take a U-turn in the future and settle with someone. That wouldn't do any justice to MGTOW because it would discredit the RP community at a massive scale. So instead, it would be better if social media influencers and popular YouTubers go their own way instead. If a major celebrity went against his own words, it would also show women that men who say they're going their own way are not really serious about that stuff. Imagine if a major celebrity like Leonardo DiCaprio one day announces that he's having a child through gestational surrogacy. That would really show the world he's serious about not being committed to one particular woman because he just likes dating women he can have fun with, without having to be in a relationship where women exploit him for his fame and resources. Also, mainstream media would never report this in good light, and I'll tell you why. All the gossip corners in the print and digital media landscape are operated by women, so they'll never want to showcase this idea as one that is viable. They'll probably highlight this as misogyny or something that's not sustainable or respected. I think women know how important it is to keep such ideologies out of the mainstream media and never highlight them as a viable way of life for men, because then that would mean the end of the modern woman's idea of living the good life of the BP man who does everything he possibly can for their wishes and desires. It would mean that society would start viewing single men who choose to go their own way as good men who want to live meaningful lives. It would mean that women would no longer be able to manipulate men they systematically have been doing since decades. You see, much of our social construct is built around marriage. Things have been like this since centuries. Society respects people who are married. It respects men who are married, while single men are expected to marry at some point in their lives to eventually earn that respect. MGTOW basically perpetuates the opposite. It shows that men who choose to go their own way should also be respected because they refuse the manipulation thrown at them by women. This changes the narrative of how getting married leads to happiness and a life well lived. Because we all know what happens after marriage. Women use men to get what they want throughout and leave them when they're done. So it's just a battle of egos and self-esteem between men and women. Staying single is slowly becoming a social norm. It's cool if you look at it. You get to live life the way you want. Have fun with women, but don't get to carry around their baggage. Thanks for tuning in.